Hey, what's up, guys? So, in this video, I'm going to share with you some personal writings from just over a year ago while I was incarcerated. The picture on this video was actually the day that they came and got me. I had a SWAT team show up at my house, a bunch of guys with masks pointing rifles at me, but I'm not going to discuss any of that further. I was in jail for a period of 4 months or so, and it was during that time that I started writing down some of my own personal reflections and thoughts. I was treated differently in the jail, and I was permitted to refuse a cellmate that allowed me to stay alone for most of the time. There was some times where I chose to have people, in the room with me, but for the most part, I was always alone, and I would do these writings at night while I was there. So I'm just going to share some of it with you. This is my actual notebook from the jail that I had, and I'm going to go ahead and begin. So, with each day that passes, I learn more than I knew the day before. Love is what I am after. Love is the ultimate reward. When I was alone and afraid, you were there for me. When I thought I knew it all, you corrected me. This too shall pass. Like all of the things, as they are happening, it feels like forever, but this too shall pass. There will never be a perfect time or place for anything to happen. It is up to us to decide when. Losing friends has taught me how weak friendship can be. Losing love has taught me how strong a bond with another can be. Though I miss you every day, being alone has been good for me. It is only my wife that has the key to my heart. It is only my kids that have the key to my soul. Though my heart has been broken so many times before, it keeps on going, fighting for its chance at real love and peace. Yesterday was a hard time. Today was full of sadness, but tomorrow can be whatever I want it to be. All the tough men I have seen in life wither away when it is time to face a real storm. Perfect peace is not something that will ever be mine, but some peace is much better than none. Time is what I have lost the most of. It is my goal to not lose any more. My mind tells me revenge is okay, but through my heart, God tells me otherwise. Everything in life comes down to decisions. One wrong decision, and it can all be over. Death will find us all, but to truly live is something very few actually do. I have seen the poorest and the richest of men, and it was the poorest that I felt envy towards. Happiness is how I define success, not things or any type riches. The wise man is the one who knows he truly knows nothing. Only a fool thinks himself a genius. A baby comes into this world pure, with love and kindness. It is the poison of the world that makes them like the rest of us. With the right woman by your side, you can achieve unlimited success, but the wrong one will lead you to your destruction. Do not waste any more time for what is over and done, but make the present and the future of your heart's desire. Life is like a beautiful flower garden. Though some men may be blind and unable to smell, it is still all there. Don't be one of those men. What I once was is no longer. All that is left is this new man before you. Anger and pride are my worst enemies. They are more dangerous to me than any enemy or threat from without. I have learned new ways, and these new ways tell me that my old ways were all wrong. It is me versus me that I need to worry about. It was never about any outside threat. Though many men will try to destroy me, they crumble before me when I am right with God. Evil has no rules of engagement. I fight with dignity and honor and still win. God has spared me so many times that it is impossible for me not to believe. My enemy is fleeing because he knows his time with power over me is over. Now that I have corrected myself in the eyes of God, evil will run from me. Life has a way of teaching people lessons as they need them. The harder the person, the harder the lessons will be learned. Each day that passes is a new chance to make it all better. Living in the past is a guaranteed way of staying stuck in misery. Misery loves company, but only the worst of people would feel that way. Peace is not determined by what is happening on the outside or around us, but what is in our minds and souls. Freedom is of no value to those that have it, but to the prisoner or the slave, it is everything. Evil will always try and stop a good man from moving forward. By seeing God, the good man can be saved. By seeking God, the good man can be saved. If I was not targeted by the devil, I know I would no longer be living as a man of God. Relationships have their ups and downs, but true love can get through anything. When I was young, I made the mistakes of a young man. Now that I am older, I cannot again make those mistakes. The closer to God one is, the more severe the punishment when he commits sin. Stop evil thoughts immediately. Do not think about them and let them get settled in your mind in any way at all. Everything in life comes down to decisions and consequences. Think carefully before you act. The greatest weapon against pure evil is love. There is no weapon greater. How I wish I could go back in time and have another chance at life, because times have changed and life has become very difficult and strange. I will never be younger than I am at this very moment. It is harder for me to doubt than to believe, because God has come through for me so many times before. I can endure any amount of pain if I believe it has a purpose. It is in the lowest and toughest of times that you see a man's true character. God is more interested in shaping our character than improving our circumstance. Do not act as if you are going to live 1,000 years. Death hangs over you while you live. While you are able, be good. This thought is not necessary and will destroy. This is what God has given me in life. I will be thankful because it can only be right. It is for me to do the things that a great man does, and for an evil man to do what an evil man does. Only those that stood by me when I was at my very lowest will stand by me when I am at my greatest. All the things that I have allowed to cause the most suffering and pain are worthless. It is much better for me to enjoy the opportunities presented to me now. Nothing can interfere with what God has chosen to be my path. Only I can ruin that. No thing of the past is worth losing anything of value that I currently have. My children are the greatest miracles of my life. I will always live and die for them. They are the greatest reward God could ever give to me. It was in my suffering that I learned the most. But now I am ready to apply all that I have learned and give my family the happy life that they deserve. He who taught me is so much greater than those that wish to oppress me. What man tries to destroy, God will sanctify through love. God shows forgiveness and mercy to the most wretched of men. How much more so will he do for a man who lives to serve and do his works? It is the ones who are chosen by God who will be afflicted the most. It is by God's grace and mercy that we may shine through it all. One drop of light will vanquish the void of the darkness, as one man of God will destroy any den of evil and dispose of any demons lingering about. God has chosen me, and I have accepted my role. Therefore, all things of this earth are my inheritance and belong to me. He who honors God shall pass through the darkness with boldness and come out unscathed. It is my honor to sacrifice myself to be a man of God. It is what I would choose over and over again. When I am knocked down, alone, and at my worst, is when I am correctly able to know what and who matter to me the most in life. Making mistakes is normal in life. It is those that don't learn from those mistakes that are doomed for a lifetime of suffering. A true wise man must be able to know when he is wrong and when it is time for a change. Telling the truth is usually the right thing to do in life, but it comes with a great price, and you will be hated in life. Happiness now is of much greater value to me than being right about a thing of the past. I've had both ups and downs in life, but money never made any difference at all with how I felt. A true friend is the one who will be there for you when you are down and have nothing. So I'm going to stop at that, guys. That was 10 pages. I wrote, I think, 40 or something, but I just wanted to share this with you guys. Again, this was a very short time ago when I was in this cage once again, and as you hear, as you see, I am continually trying to learn, continually trying to improve myself, and it is for me to show even my most shameful and disgraceful things about myself to try to help all of you. And that's why I'm sharing that picture with you. The world is still coming at me. They're still, very recently, came at me again, pointed a bunch of guns at me, and I'm going to show those videos and speak about that when the time is right for that. But God has saved me, and I'm still free, thank God. And I'm still learning, and I'm still trying my best in every way possible to improve. People say that I'm a danger to others. There are people that are so afraid of me. The truth is, I've spoken freely, always. I have hurt people in the past very badly, but these were very, very bad people. People that have done things that you would not imagine. And the truth is, there were instances where they were very near death, and I saved them. I went and saved the same people who I did the harm to. So yes, I have done wrong in the past, but as you see in that picture, the only person I have harmed in so many years is myself. So I hope you guys can understand why I do these things, and most important, I hope you guys can actually think about it, take time to process these things, and listen to the stuff that I've gone through so you could avoid having to go through the sufferings and the horrors that you may otherwise have to pass through in life. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll continue with other readings in the future. Thank you.